is taking care of your mental health. And that's pertaining to while you're in college and school. So first I'm going to define anxiety and depression. So anxiety is an intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations.
Michelle, we can't hear you.
You are muted.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Now you're good.
Okay. So I'll start again. Danti Magadi and Yundunonzi Michelle Onyasha Mateta. And today I'm going to be talking about taking care of your mental health as it pertains to while you're in college, in school, and even as you're growing up. So first I'm going to define anxiety and depression. So anxiety is an intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday situations. And depression is a group of conditions that is associated with the elevation or lowering of a person's mood. So through my college experience, I dealt a lot with anxiety, and there were some ways and techniques that I kind of used and was taught to take care of my mental health. So I'm going to share them with you guys today. So first is spiritual healing. So I focused on what the word of God said about anxiety, and I engaged in praise and worship to help calm down my spirit. And I found that even Maxine, when I was walking to class, I would have a song that I would play that would help calm my spirit, or even scriptures that I would went to, that I would read in the morning to start my day off. And one other thing is having those scriptures written on Post-it notes. So sometimes I'll put those around my room or around my mirrors, and I would actually write them down with one of my roommates. Like a session where we would have our own therapy session, might you call it, and would kind of go around and say scriptures that help us, and kind of even quotes that help us as well, to settle down our spirits. So that really helped me, and even prayer helped me as well, but I'll get more into that in one of my points. The second point is taking care of yourself. So I surrounded myself with friends that I knew I could talk to about the challenges that I was facing. And I knew I could learn from them, and they would give me a sound advice. So friends that are Christian friends are really good to surround yourself with. I had friends that had narrow church, so I was able to see kind of how they acted, or kind of their belief system, if they believed in God and if they have the same beliefs that I had. So that really helped me in terms of taking care of myself. I had friends that encouraged that environment. So I encourage all the young girls that are even going into college to also have that environment for themselves, and make sure you create that environment continuously, because your friends will change. Your first year friends will not be the same as your last year friends. So it's important to make sure that you create that environment on a yearly basis or semester basis. One other thing is I also talk to my mother. I would call her at 3 a.m. Maxine, Shema, or if I had a panic attack, I would call her and talk to her, and she would actually help calm my spirit by praying with me, Pafon. So what we started doing, I think it was during my third year, Taito and Mateta together to start out the day. So she would call me right around 10, and my first class was at 9. So actually 10. So she would call me around 8, and then we'll pray together, and then we'll kind of talk about kind of like what we want for the day and stuff like that. So that really helped calm my spirit and start my day out correctly. So I really encourage you guys, starting out your day through prayer is very helpful. It's hard to do it by yourself, but having someone who keeps you accountable, like your mother or your sister, is something that's beneficial. I know when Panashe went to college, we also started involving her as well. So it's very important to make sure that you start off your day correctly. It really sets your mental plane or path. One last thing is going to therapy. So this only works when you open up to your therapist, when you have an open mind and you are there because you want something back in return. So I actually went to therapy, I think, for 2 years out of my college experience, and it actually helped me. The first time I didn't really open up, but the second time I took time to actually open up and say what was bothering me and my fears, and my therapist was actually able to help give me some techniques that would help me deal with the anxiety I was facing. For example, writing down things when you're feeling just an excessive amount of fear, just writing down how you're feeling and how you can conquer some of those things. So she really helped in a lot of aspects to my day-to-day, especially when I had like my panic attacks. So One thing to remember when it comes to mental health is that we are all human and we have a mental space that we need to make sure we nurture and take care of. So for my first portion, I'm done. I'm going to introduce Michelle Makai, Mateta Makoni, and Tari Kandemiri to showcase their talents.